While students and teachers adapt to the world of virtual learning, more and more employees are learning about virtual training. Rory Taylor reports on how virtual reality is being used here in Oklahoma to help bridge skill gaps in the workplace.
When most people hear virtual reality, the first thing that comes to mind is video games, or maybe a cinematic experience, some form of entertainment. But lately, VR has come to Oklahoma not as a toy, but as a tool. Brad Scoggin is a co-founder of Oklahoma software startup ArborXR.
What we quickly realized was that there was no software to run the VR business. The hardware and the content, like you're saying, was entertainment content, it was consumer content. And so it was really challenging to run a business. So we quickly pivoted actually away from the arcade and started a software company. And we built software that helps businesses deploy VR.
That deployment reaches beyond gaming to workplace training. Another Oklahoma native VR software company, Next Thought, is working with Oklahoma's career tech schools to bring VR to the classroom.
To participate in the modern economy, you have to have education. And with the pace of change, it's ongoing education. And so with that demand, how do we address that in a really powerful and impactful way? And we need to turn to technology because not everybody lives next to a career tech center.
With programs from meat processing to aerospace engineering on the way, the first to get their hands on the tech were the design and animation courses.
We use Unreal Engine and Unity, and they both have created plugins that actually allow developers to go in and manipulate things with VR.
Virtual reality is being used to design everything from video game characters to your F-150, and there's good reason for that.
Collaboration is so much better. Like the VR headsets, some of the new ones like the Oculus, it has a microphone built in. So if you have multiple ones and they're working as teams, they can basically chat if they're in different parts of the school or if they're at home working on projects. They can kind of have that real-time collaboration with each other.
At OU, you can find med students hard at work in VR, practicing for surgery.
We make very small incisions in the abdomen, place these little tubes that go through the abdominal wall, and then through those tubes we can exchange a camera on a stick and instruments on a stick.
Those instruments and camera controls are replicated exactly in a VR lab made to virtually replicate surgical tasks, maneuvers, and complications.
I can tell immediately when I have a resident assisting me with an operation if they've spent time on the simulator. Their economy of motion is improved, their use of the instruments are better. And in that instance, I have more confidence in them that I can, give them more responsibility in the operation.
Research confirms that virtual reality is a highly effective teaching tool.
One of the groups that's doing a lot of publishing on this is PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC. Last year, they published a fantastic study, and they said learners learn 4 times faster than when you're in the classroom.
Workers were shown to be more than twice as confident in their skills after VR training and 4 times more engaged than with other digital learning.
VR is really, really good when doing things that are either dangerous, difficult, or expensive.
One example of a potentially dangerous scenario to train for: oil rig emergency response.
Oil and gas was one of the first companies to start adopting VR training because you're able to put an employee in that situation. And you could put them in a dangerous situation of a fire breaking out 1,000 times. And what that does is it builds that muscle memory. Fire breaks out, okay, I need to stop. I got to move over here. I got to hit this valve. So now you've got employees going into work situations much better prepared than if they'd just taken a test.
Rory Taylor, The Oklahoma News Report.
Rory, thank you for that. PwC is predicting that between education, entertainment, and work assistance, virtual and augmented reality technology could be $1.5 trillion industry within the decade.